Yo, what is up, Crockxen clan members, Pokken fans, and others who have some fun in this video? I'm SoresanCrockxen, and today I'm here to talk to you guys about Pokken tournament. We got a trailer revealed yesterday at Worlds at the opening ceremony, and I was asked by Desder on Twitter to talk about or rant essentially about the fact that there's so many Pokemon fans out there who are upset at the fact that we got this revealed instead of a main series title. Now, I personally love this. We basically what happened is they showed off a little bit of the gameplay. They actually played Pokken tournament at Worlds. I saw a little bit. It looks fantastic. Looks gorgeous. We got revealed that Pikachu Libre is in the game. I don't know how I feel about that. I mean, it's fine that they added. It's essentially a clone character, though. That's like the thing that kind of bugs me. But we'll see. I mean, two Pikachus in the game just feels kind of weird. But whatever. He should have just been alt skin, if anything. But whatever. And we got confirmation it's coming out spring 2016 for the Wii U. And I'm excited about this. I mean, I know a lot of people knew that this was going to be coming to the Wii U, but now we have actual fact and confirmation that it is coming to the Wii U. Now, I was watching the stream. Well, one of the streams, because there was a lot of streams going on about the Worlds. And the one I was watching, like, had so many people complaining about the fact that this was the big announcement. I mean, it was one of the big announcements. There is still something. That's the thing people haven't understood. There is one more thing they're going to talk about. Because Masuda and Omori haven't actually said anything yet. Like, they're still, like, not... They haven't made their big announcement yet. So, that's obviously going to happen at the end of Worlds when they do, like, the big, prizes and... showing off the winners and stuff like that. I'm pretty sure we're going to get the other announcement then. So I don't understand why people are so upset at the fact that Pokken was talked about and shown off. Because me personally, I'm happy they're doing it this way. Because the thing about the main series that I've been saying for a long time is, like, as much as I loved Oris, because I loved Oris, it's still a Gen 3 remake. I mean, Gen 3 is my favorite, and that's why I love it so much. But I know that a lot of people out there were not too happy with it. X and Y was very lackluster. I've been saying this since a long time ago. Yes, it was pretty, and the Pokemon looked great, and they did a great job of designing, these Pokemon. So, a lot more. They were very well received, unlike Black and White. I love Black and White as a story, but as Pokemon designs, it's like not as great as it could be. So the fact that so many people loved and appreciated the Pokemon Generation 6, everything else was just lax. It was too easy of a game, and the story was just atrocious. Like, it was just boring. Like, there were so many things that, obviously, since it was their first time entering the 3D plane, well, they had to kind of play it safe, and I commend them for that. I commend them for not trying to go too big and have it just flop. I'm glad that they kind of, like, kept, at least, safe, so that it wasn't horrible. But that's where the next game comes into play. See, Oris and X and Y were worked on, or it started to be worked on at the same time. We had Masuda working on X and Y, and Omori was the one that was working on Oris. X and Y came out in 2013, and Omega Ruby and Sapphire came out in 2014. So they were 1 year apart, but Oris had a little bit more time to be developed, which is why it's has a little bit more of an improvement over X and Y. My point is, if they take the time to develop whatever the next game is, whether it's Pokemon Z or X2, Y2, XZ, YZ, whatever the freak it is, the fact that they're taking their time with it is a testament to, hey, we saw some of the things that were wrong, we're going to work on it. Which is why I've been saying it, I do not want this title until late 2016. Because it gives them plenty of time to flesh out everything. Just have it, like, work out just fine, look as great as it can be, play as well as it can, just everything. And they can't do that if everybody's on their ass about releasing the fucking game. Now I know that there are some fans out there who are just like, well, I just want to see a name or a release date. That's all they're asking for. But no, there are actual fans out there who are like, no, I want the game now, or I want to see everything. I want to see the game done. Dude, calm down, okay? Pokemon does not need to be yearly franchise. I've been saying this since what was it? Auras came out. I talked about this a little bit, but I didn't really go too much into detail until later on. Pokemon became a yearly franchise, starting off with Platinum, and it's stupid that people want this to be a yearly franchise when it doesn't need to be. The problem with Pokemon is that it can get stale. It can, and if the game isn't to its best quality, and you're just constantly releasing a new title every year, people are gonna get bored. They are, and I, being one of the biggest fans of the franchise, don't want that to happen. I want people to love Pokemon as much as I do and as much as other people do. Like, you know, the one thing that upsets me the most is that people complain about Call of Duty being a yearly franchise. People complain about Battlefield being a yearly franchise. People are complaining about Assassin's Creed being a yearly franchise. They're complaining about so many series out there who are becoming yearly franchises, and yet they're asking Pokemon to be a yearly franchise. We don't need that. We don't need that at all. Like, I'm not saying that Pokemon needs to be like the Zelda of Nintendo. Like, it doesn't have to be like one per console generation. But for fuck's sakes, give them a fucking break. 2 years should not be like the worst thing in the world. If the game comes out great, why not give them the time to work on it? Because that's what I want. That, as a fan, that's what I want. I want a game to supersede all the ones before it. And we can't have that with them constantly struggling and stressing out over releasing the game the next year. Because you can't make a great game in a year. It just does not work out. It doesn't work. Black and White came out so soon after Black and hold on. Black and White 2 came out so soon after Black and White that you saw how it just went down a bit. Like, Black and White was a peak as a game. But even then, it was a year before Platinum, so it didn't have enough time to develop all the new characters. So that's why some of them look bad. Or, I mean, for fuck's sake, a lot of fandom just hates a lot of the Pokemon Black and White. Well, if they had had more time, maybe that this could have been changed a bit. Black and White 2 suffered a little bit because it wasn't as good as Black and White in terms of story and just characters. X and Y, soon right after that, yes, it was 3D. That's literally the only thing I'm giving it. That, and it looks pretty. Everything else, hold on. I guess I should say, character or Pokemon. Like, the Pokemon are fine. But visually, that's all it has. Anything visual, that's all it gets. Out of that, it's bad. Auras, same thing. It's really pretty. They technically just had to rehash a story, though, so there wasn't going to be too much of a change there. It's still not as great as it could be. And that one had 2 years. But because they had to come out right after X and Y, there wasn't enough time to be like, oh, okay, so that's what maybe happened with X and Y. There's not enough time. There isn't. So now that they had this break, 2015 was a break, keep it a break, and keep 2016, at least the majority of it, a break as well. So you have enough time to see, okay, so this worked, this didn't work, we can add this, we can do that, we can change the story a little bit here, fix this over there, stuff like that, and make this next game or games great. Make them awesome. Make them amazing. Make them beautiful. Make them work. Because if anybody noticed, when X and Y first came out, there was people complaining that there was bugs in the game and their games crashed. So they had to update it. If you have the time to work on it, you can fix more bugs than not. Because I personally don't want to have a game where I could be the next one to have a game crash in the middle of freaking save. But that's just me. I know that people have their own opinions. People have their own thoughts on things. Well, let me know. Let me hear them. Leave them in the comments down below. Are you guys one of the ones that are just so super upset at the fact that Pokken tournament is the thing that got announced? Or you're one of the ones that are actually excited about Pokken tournament being announced? I want more information on Pokken tournament. I want to see more. I want to see new characters. I want to see new stages. I want to see more gameplay. This needs to be huge. This needs to be marketed as a huge thing, because if it's not, it's gonna flop. And it looks awesome. And people have been asking for a Pokemon fighting game forever. So be excited about it. Jeez, I know that we all expected it to be on the Wii U, but it was never a guarantee. Okay, it was never a guarantee. It was the only thing anybody ever talked about was Japan arcades only, Japan arcade testing, Japan arcade open, everything arcade. Not even Japan had a Wii U release. Or like no news about it coming to the Wii U. Japan, where it originated, nothing. So now we know for a fact it's a worldwide release. We're all getting it on the same day. So take that, shove it in your face. For all you haters out there, you can go suck it, okay? Because I, for one, can't wait for this game to come out. And I'm super glad that this is what we're getting before the main series. Hey, before this, I get Super Mystery Dungeon. And guess what? I'm still more excited about that than the next Pokemon game. What? That's all I gotta say. Anyways, guys, that's it. I'm SoresanCrockxen, and I'll see you guys in future videos. Boom!